Cinematic piano is one of the easiest ways to add drama to your piano playing. These are techniques that composers like Hans Zimmer, Alan Silvestri, John Williams will use in their playing all the time. And today, we're gonna go over their techniques. Let's get into it. Let's talk about the number one thing that you can do right now to transform your piano playing, and that is chord voicings. Chord voicings take a simple chord like this, C major, and transform it by just taking, let's say, the third off the top and playing it up here. Doesn't that sound so much more open? It's the same chord, it's the same three notes, but this is very closed, and this just opens up a whole new world of possibilities. For example, you can play your triads in open voicing. There's D minor, there's E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, and C major, just by adding that one little trick. But what if you want to add a little bit more intensity to that? Instead of playing just C like this, what if we play just C and E? That might sound like less, but now we're going to add octaves to these chords. So that is C major, D minor, A minor, and F major. So for C major, this is what I want you to play. Octave Cs and octave Es. Now it sounds more like this. Already it's sounding more cinematic. Then D minor is D and F, just two notes, just in octaves. A and C. And you can get really low on the piano here if you have those 88 keys, F and A. And already that chord progression, that's what it originally sounded like, and now it's 2, 3. Add some quarter notes. And if you want to make it nice and soft, you can take any chord progression, add that chord voicing, and make your chords more open, and it's going to open up a whole new world of possibilities for you. Cinematic piano is all about the chord voicings and how you add that motion to either build the suspense or kind of let it resolve or leave it unresolved. But if you feel like you need a little bit more practice in this arena and need more ideas to take your piano playing to the next level, then you need to click the link down below for your free 7-day trial of the piano, where you're gonna get actual workouts with me playing cinematic piano alongside to a track where you can loop sections, you can replay it as many times as you like, and you also get so many more lessons from some of the world's best piano players, including Jesus Molina, Jordan Rudess, Justin Stanton, Gemma Higas, and so many more instructors. So click the link down below to get your free 7-day trial of the piano. Let's get back into the lesson. A lot of cinematic music, they love to add motion just to increase the drama, if you will. Instead of just quarter notes like this, you can kind of use your inner voices. So you can kind of go like this, so that all notes are being played, and then just your inside thumbs. That's already adding more and more motion to the song. Same progression. You can try this in any register. So your outside notes are staying the same and you're holding them. And now what this allows you to do is to create some melodies with those inner voices. So let me show you what I mean. I can go up now, or I can go down. Maybe up here. You notice the top and bottom notes stay the same. And you can kind of have fun with this part and just make whatever melodies sound good to you. Even go to F minor here. That's one way to create motion within your chord voicings. However, there are more things that you can do. For example, you can take a chord and make it a broken chord. So if you have a C major chord again, you can use any of these notes, and you can even go up and down. I'm just using that same pattern to kind of create a broken chord motion. So if you try it with me, let's try it together. 1, 2, ready, go. C chord, D minor. I'm just going up to the third again. So the third is kind of always acting as that melody note. Try it one more time. And depending on the mood you're kind of going for, you can do it lower on the piano or a lot higher, and it's going to sound good no matter where you try those broken chords. Because sometimes you do need those broken chords, and other times you just need single chords, and it really just leaves space for a scene, or even just for playing any pop song or dramatic ballad. That's one more way to add motion, but the last way, which is probably one of the most popular, is to add an arpeggio. We're gonna arpeggiate the chord. We're gonna start hands together, but then I'm gonna show you how you can do it with just one hand. So that's just me taking the fifth and the root, and I'm playing the next two neighbor notes, B and C, that add a little bit of tension. All the way up and back down. And you would do that on any chord that you're on. For example, if I change up the chord progression here, go to G, and maybe end on something darker like D minor. And don't be scared of that tension, because at the end of the day, music is just tension and release. And a lot of the times it's the tension that really makes the chord sound beautiful. So that is what it can look like when you play it hands together. However, you can try and do that just with your left hand, and it would look like this. So start with your pinky, same way, but then you're gonna cross over. Then you can go to a C. This does take some practice. And if you are going to do that, then you can kind of experiment with like the interval of a sixth. You can either do those two neighbor notes, or you can arpeggiate the full chord if you're feeling really brave. So there are multiple ways that you can kind of add those arpeggios into your playing. Those are just a couple of them. Those are some of my favorite cinematic piano techniques. However, there's one thing that we can still add to make it sound even more cinematic, and that's using chords outside the key, or our non-diatonic chords. So it can sound something like this. C, G minor, B flat, to F major, but now we apply our techniques to that new chord progression, our cinematic chord progression. It can sound like this. And if we want it at the very end, we can go to F minor, if you really want to make it sad, or add a little question mark there. All right, so let's try this together, starting with thirds and octaves in our right hand, hitting the third, and then the root in our left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, just octaves right now. Now let's start to add some of that motion. Now start to make your own melodies. So if you go E, maybe go up here. Let's go down. Now let's go to F minor. The beautiful thing about these techniques is they sound really great on the low end of the piano, and they sound really great up here. So you can really play this wherever you want. Sometimes you can just leave it unresolved, because after all, cinematic piano is all about being dramatic, but I have to resolve it. It was just hurting my ears too much. There it is, some of my favorite tips and tricks for playing cinematic piano. So please take these, try it with new chord progressions, apply it to your own music, because it doesn't just have to be for cinematic piano. It can be for pop, rock, ballads, or whatever else you think this may fit in. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your favorite cinematic chord progression that I may have missed? And I'll see you in the next one.